My very first dish using this camping stovetop will be chicken with Chinese allspice and ginger, rice noodles, and stir-fried vegetables. If you've never cooked before, it is so easy. Welcome to Fun with Food. You don't have to do this, but I like to remove all the skin from the chicken, especially that little thin membrane, because that is all fat, and I prefer to use olive oil instead. The chicken will still be tasty without the skin on it. I have 2 drumsticks and 2 chicken thighs, which I marinated last night with a little bit of oat milk and curry powder and salt. This will tenderize the chicken, and if you leave it overnight, it will do a good job. The amount of ginger I will use, around here. You can grate it if it's easier for you, but I'll just slice it finely. A little bit of garlic. To avoid using too much oil, I first use a bit of water for the ginger and garlic and let the aroma and the spices blend in. And when the water evaporates, I will add the oil because the chicken has still a lot of fat. And when you use less fat and less oil, it's much easier on your digestion. The water has evaporated, and so now I'm going to add the oil, and it's this extra virgin olive oil. This stove really is quick for cooking, and that's why I love it. Now I add Chinese 5-spice. I can't really tell you in teaspoonfuls, but look, if you see the colors coming out nicely, that's just enough. It's going well. And I will add the chicken. I won't pour the rest of this liquid in because when you cook chicken or meat, it will give out a lot of water. And I don't want that to happen. Now, you can see the Chinese 5 spices on the chicken now. I might add a little bit more. I just do what I think is best while I'm cooking. And I feel if you learned to cook using your senses, your sight, your touch, your smell, you can be a very good cook. I've left this uncovered because I want the chicken to brown a little, and you can see it is doing very well. I keep turning it. Now I will put a lid on. You'll be wondering, what on earth is this? This is the lid from a saucepan we bought 50 years ago in Singapore. We called the saucepan a kuali, which is the Malay term for it. See if you can leave a little space so that the water can evaporate and there won't be too much water. Right, let's have a peek. Now this is less than 10 minutes. This gas stove is violent. It cooks very quickly on a very small flame. There you go. You can see there is a lot of liquid. I'm going to leave the lid off and let the water evaporate. One way you can tell whether your meat or chicken is cooked is to smell it, because you can now smell the aroma of the Chinese 5-spice and you can smell the chicken. But there's another way to test if you're new at cooking and you're not sure, and I'll show you. You take the thickest part of the thigh, in this case, and cut it. And you can see the flesh is cooked. And if you want to, this is a good time to taste it. It is perfect, even if I say so myself. It's now ready to be put in a serving dish. I want you to have a look at this cute spoon and fork that Hans bought in Holland. And this is nearly 60 years old, or even more. Now tell me, do they make things as good today? The answer is no. I'm going to turn off the stove and we'll keep the stock because I want to use it with the rice noodles. You've got to be creative when you're cooking with one stovetop. We decided we're going to leave this pan with the stock in it, and I'm going to cook the rice noodles. I'll put water in, a little bit of salt, let it boil, put the rice noodles in. So let's do it. Right, folks, we're ready to put the noodles. Now, this is a thick one. It goes in first. All you need now is to turn off the gas and cover it with this beautiful lid. This is only under 2 minutes in the hot water and it's ready, it's cooked. So we're going to pour it out now into a colander. Right, this is dish number 2. Now we're going to do the last one, which is the vegetables. You can see I've used a thick yellow noodle to mix with the thin white vermicelli noodles. It just makes it look interesting. And the taste will be great because you've cooked it in water with the stock and you don't need to add anything more to it. This will cook very fast, so this will stay at the bottom because I'm going to add a little bit of broccolini as well. There are no rules in chopping vegetables because they will taste nice however you chop them. I'm going to add a little broccolini to give it a bit of depth because the Chinese vegetables cook so quickly. This takes slightly longer, and I like the taste of the stalks especially. This one's quite fresh and it's not hard to cut. So the best way to do this is just long ways, like that. This will go on top because they will be cooked first. A final rinse. And it's now standing by to be cooked. I'm just going to put in a little bit of this chicken, the chicken oil. We put in the ginger because ginger is always best with Chinese vegetables. Then the broccolini stalks. Ginger sizzling, broccolini's in. I hope you're having fun. Maybe we can add a tiny bit of water. I don't want to add more oil. The pan is really hot and this would cook very quickly. We've done this for just over 2 minutes. Now, you don't want them to be overcooked. The fork should go through it, not easily, but there should be a bit of resistance, and that's how you want it. I'm going to add the Chinese vegetables now. We'll toss it a bit. And you know what could go well with this? If you have teriyaki sauce, teriyaki has a little bit of sweetness as well as salt. Must not forget the coriander. This is the stock from the vegetables I cooked. I'll just pour it there. And look, we did 3 dishes on one gas top. And the best part about cooking yourself is that when you keep this overnight, or even for 2 nights, it will still taste really good. 3 dishes on one camping stove. Susanna and I had so much fun. So for now, until our next cooking demonstration, which would be as interesting as this, we're going to have a cup of tea and then we'll clean up the mess.